Mix XG is next. I've only done one XG song so far. It was called... I don't remember what it was called. The only thing I do remember is I got raked over the coals for not being able to discern that there were 7 different people in the video. So, oh well. They all had outfits, head stuff on their heads, grills on their teeth. It's a highly produced music video. Didn't know anything about them. Also, another thing that was deceptive about the video was the cover that led me to believe it was one person. I think I saved it early on. Bear with me. It's probably further down here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, this one, the cover on this song shows a bunch of people. Let me show you an exhibit so that you guys understand. Look, this looks like one person is singing the song. Look at the cover. It's the only one with their face being shown. Everybody else, it looks like supporting cast. If I were to watch this one, I would assume it's one person as well. If I were to watch this one, I would assume it's 4 people. Especially if I didn't know anything about them. So come off of it. Come off of it. I mean, I know I'm not the only person that thought it was one person. So here we go. This is XG Shooting Star.
Everything I do it A1 flawless. Make them go insane. Pandemonium, buy it. Always looking fresh, got the green in my diet. Head to my toe, shining like canary diamonds. Yeah, freedom cool kiss, not into it. Going stupid, saucy. We have movement, never losing. Making moves, stay poppin'. Giving my all, will it pay off? Working overtime, no days off. All these shooting stars in the dark. All these shooting stars in the dark, make a rush. Take it off from the ground, it's amazing. It's so out of this world, I'm in space, now I'm going up. Heading to the stars, we done tread it up. For another life, no. Yeah, we riding on up. So shining for sure. Ooh, I am looking so lavish. Ooh, I put it well like it's a habit. It's a big move, every day's like a dream. Making big moves, yeah, we do it for a team. Ooh, I'm looking so lavish. Ooh, yeah, I bet you can imagine. I don't want, don't need a stunt, cause we cool and suit and booty just for fun, You couldn't run up on me, I'm too out of this world. I got that spaceship jumping ready for my lunch. I don't care for my bread, I'm just going dumb. I ain't tryna fire shots, but they do it long. I know they're watching me, I'm gonna wanna be. Nobody touching me, I got this energy. Baby boy, giving my all, will it pay off? Working overtime, no days off. All these shooting stars in the dark. All these shooting stars in the dark, make a wish. Take it off from the ground, it's amazing. It's so out of this world, I'm in space, now I'm going up. Heading to the stars, we done tread it up. For another life, no. Yeah, we riding on up. So shining for sure. Ooh, I'm looking so lavish. Ooh, I put it well like it's a habit. It's a big move, every day's like a dream. Making big moves, yeah, we do it for a team. Ooh, I'm looking so lavish. Ooh, yeah, I bet you can't imagine. Oh, you're rocking with a dream team. Calm is dropping when we hit the scene. Oh, you're rocking with a dream team. We're shooting from another galaxy. And you know we take it all the way. Lights and camera action is just how we live. Don't get it to see this and top it.
feel like I've heard it before. It's all right. Definitely not putting this one out on YouTube because I'll get my butt chewed for that statement. Yeah, look. I feel like I've heard this song 1,000 times. To me, it seems like a very stereotypical hip hop song. Even the lyrics did nothing stood out to me. Music video's cool. The beat's cool. I like that. Wee. Like there's elements of it that are cool. But as a song overall, I was not taken. I just wasn't. I didn't like it. I mean, I didn't not like it. I just didn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't listen to this again. If it came on my Spotify, I wouldn't skip it. But I'm not going to go out looking for it. Yeah, it was okay. Sorry. uh, I like creative auto tune, but in hip hop, it's so pervasive. Like the auto tune that I do like is I actually really like the auto tune that President uses. I do. A lot of people don't like it. It's like split 50-50 with President fans, but I love the auto tune that President uses. Um, but like most of the time in hip hop, it's so pervasive that you don't know what the person actually sounds like. Um, I maybe it's the culture as well, but I'm also not a fan of just like overly. This to me, granted, I will tell you, was not as over. The girls are not as sexualized as I've seen other groups. I'll say that first. But I really try to guard my eyes against lust and anything that would trigger lustful thoughts, right? And so you may have seen me kind of like nodding to the music but looking very general face is because there's in order for me to do that I've got to look other places. So instead of looking at the video, I was looking up at up at the bar at the top, just because there's sometimes I choose to not look at super short shorts, where your booty cheeks are hanging out, or belly cuts, and I just don't. Okay, I can acknowledge that all these girls are beautiful without staring at them. That may I've really got to be careful. Oh, we're on Twitch, so this is not on YouTube. When I was at the when I saw the warning in St. Louis, something that really struck me as odd was the fact that a fairly large chunk of the fan base were men over 50. For young girls who are just now adults. These are men who have been fans of theirs for a long time, since they were children. Now, what I will say to the warning's defense is that they do bring back some of that old school rock and roll that folks in that generation grew up with. So I'm not gonna point at that entire I'm not going to point at that entire group and say you're gross, because there's an element to the music. This music right here, there's nothing old school about it. To me, it just sounds like everything, all other hip hop on the radio. If I were to go to this concert and saw a pool of men over 50, I would think gross, because they're just there to stare at the clothes and the girls. Majority of them. But what I like about the warning is that they're modest as well. They're modest. I'm just not a fan of feeling like you've got to tell a story with your body to sell music. Not a fan. So I don't know how much more XG I'll do for that very reason, simply because of that. I don't know. And if this video does end up on YouTube, I know the comments are going to be like, "Oh, you're such a prude. You're such a prude. Did you go to Catholic school?" No. No, I didn't. I did not grow up religious whatsoever. I'm a Christian today. But I'll tell you what I did go through, and I'll be very transparent with you. I'm somebody who was exposed to pornography at a very young age. Very young. I was exposed to pornography when I was the age that my daughter is today. And it ruined a large part of my childhood and a lot of my adolescence and into my early adult life. Ruined it because culture told me that that was something normal for a young man to experience. That it was normal for young men to look at that. And all the data and science say that pornography is worse than drugs, worse than heroin, worse than crack. It acknowledges the same addictive receptors in the brain, but it also literally rewires your brain on sexuality. I personally believe that pornography is the scourge of the earth. It takes something that is supposed to be beautiful between a man and a wife, and it perverts it, makes it into an activity. Now, between a man and a wife, it can be an activity and a very fun one. But pornography also sets very unrealistic expectations. And that's what I had unrealistic expectations going into relationships because I expected my relationships to be like what I was seeing on screen. Because again, that's how my brain was rewired. So if this video ends up on YouTube, a lot of people are going to go crazy on it. The pornography industry also fuels human trafficking. Let that sink in for a little bit. Anyway, I don't know. This probably will never go out on YouTube. Because of all that, I might cut it all out. Anyway, okay. So stuff like this leads to stuff like that, I think. I think the worst thing that happened in the United States over the past years was the invention of yoga pants. Not the invention of yoga pants. The perception that they're okay to wear in public society outside of yoga class. It's literally one of the worst things to happen to the male psyche in the last 10 years.